Morning. Good morning, everyone, wherever you're at. Hope you're all doing well. Please let me know if you can hear me well. Morning, Marco. You can let me know using the live chat box. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Marco. I'll wait for some people to join. Good morning, Gary. Good morning, Boker Tov, Anat. Wherever you're at, hope you're having a great morning. And if it's not morning, then whatever it is, whatever part of the day it is. Hi, Matthew. Good morning, Cape Town. Morning, Tanya. Morning, Winston. I'll wait for one more minute and then I'm going to start. Hope you've been practicing evenings without me. All right, I'm going to wait a few more seconds. All right, cool. So, morning, Anthony. So, good morning, everyone. Whoever is here is here. Hope you're all well. Funny times that we live in, but it seems like things are about to ease up, definitely in South Africa and definitely around the world. So, the idea of practicing anapanasati is to become aware of our own inhibitions, our own mental impurities, and see the truth, our own truth, as it pertains to ourselves, and see it for what it is, and not for what we've been told it is, or we read about it. In fact, we learn using our own breath, our own truth. Our truth is our truth. Someone else's truth is their truth. And we start seeing how, when we observe our breath, we start seeing our own reality, how our matter affects our mind and how our mind affects our matter. So we feel uncomfortable and we mentally don't like it, and we develop aversion, negativity towards the situation that we're in. We feel comfortable and we like the situation where we're in, and we start developing cravings to the same situation that we're in. And because nothing is permanent, as soon as the comfortable feeling passes, we start craving more of the same. So when we are ignorant to the truth, our own truth, that then we think that we always influenced by the external circumstances. But when we start developing awareness and we start developing more of the real truth, we start being aware of our own real truth, and we start seeing that we always react to an inner discomfort. Whatever happens outside happens, but it's how we react to the inner mechanism of our biophysical, biochemical reaction is that we react to all the time. So whatever happens outside may act as a trigger, but there's no reaction until we have a biochemical sensation within us. So that's something that we start noticing when we observe our breath, and there's comfortable moments and there are uncomfortable moments. But also we start seeing that what happens in our mind is acting as a trigger. So how would you use your awareness? How will you use the wisdom in going forward in life? Because if you only sit and meditate and you don't know how to use your wisdom in life, then it's basically you're not gaining from it. So many times in life we end up procrastinating. We don't do what we're supposed to do. And that's because when we have to do things that we don't like, quote, so quote, we react, and there's a inner reaction. We react with an uncomfortable feeling, and this uncomfortable feeling makes us react with not doing what we're supposed to. So many times that when we procrastinate, it's because we react, or it's not many times, it's all the time. There's an inner reaction to our inner mental conditioning of our mind. And when we have to do something that doesn't make us feel good, we react and we don't do it. So when we have to do something that we don't like to do, we got to stay with our breath. You know, you got to do something, a negative feeling comes up, always go back to your breath and understand that this negative feeling is going to pass. And when this negative feeling is going to pass, you're going to have the right mental state to do what you have to. And if this feeling comes up again, then just stay with the feeling, observe, and you know from your practice that this feeling is going to pass, and then you'll be able to do what you have to. And the more you practice it, the more you deal with the uncomfortable moment, with your negativity, then the easier it's going to be to do what you don't like to do. I mean, life is like that. We don't like everything that we have to do, but there's certain things that we have to do, and we have to do it daily. So always be aware of your breath. Always be aware of the truth that everything is always changing, and always be aware and always be objective to this truth, and always be aware to whatever experience that you have, whatever mental experience, whatever biochemical experience that you have, be objective, and then you'll be able to move forward with a lot more ease. So we're going to practice. So when we practice, we become more aware, and we become more aware of our own truth. We become more objective. We learn how to deal with the moment, with every moment for what it is. And if we take this wisdom into our life, then our life becomes easier. So you're going to focus on our breath right below our nostrils, over our upper lip. And you can close your eyes and relax your shoulders, sit with a straight back, relax your face, and bring your attention to the area below your nostril, over your upper lip. And become aware of your breath as it goes in and as it comes out. As it goes in and as it comes out. And observe your breath as it is naturally. Don't try to control it. Don't try to manipulate it. Don't try to change it. Don't visualize it. Don't use imagination. Also, don't verbalize it. Don't say in, out, in, out. Don't count. Just observe the breath and be aware of it. You can be aware of the pattern. You can be aware that it's a bit cooler when you inhale. It's a bit warmer when you exhale. You can be aware of whether it's deep or whether it's shallow. Whether it's fast or whether it's slow. You can be aware of the moment right when you exhale and you begin inhaling. And right the moment when you inhaling and you start exhaling. Just be aware of your breath and accept it for what it is, objectively, without any preference. With the understanding that there is always change. The pattern is always going to change. There's always change. Everything is always changing. And if everything is changing, you don't want to get attached to any particular experience, any particular moment, because also this moment is going to change. Whether it's a good moment, whether it's a hard moment, it's going to change. And every time that you feel that your mind is drifting away, just bring it back to your breath. And do it without any negativity, without any frustration. Just with the awareness that this is your habit pattern of your mind right now. And that's how it is. And if you feel that you're drowsing away, falling asleep, nodding, just take a couple of intentional breath, deeper breath, and then go back to observing your breath as it is. Every time that you feel that your mind is drifting, just bring it back to your breath. All right, we meditated for about 20 minutes, and you may continue meditating on your own. Or if you have any questions, if you want to ask me, you can use the live chat to ask me a question about the technique. Um, if you want to ask me questions later personally, you can also do that, either using WhatsApp if you have my number, or connect with me on Facebook. Um, remember to meditate morning and evening, whether you make it to the session or not. Soon we're going to be back in normal life, and then you'll be on your own in the morning. So you got to develop the habits of thanks, Anthony. So you got to develop the habit of practicing on your own. The more you practice, 15 minutes, 20 minutes in the morning, 15 to 20 minutes in the evening, even longer, half an hour, half an hour. The more you practice, the more insight you're going to have, the more wisdom you're going to have about your own truth. And you'll be able to use this wisdom in your life. Anat is asking, can you talk about visions during meditations? I'm not sure if I understand the question or not, but visions, when you do anapanasati, you don't use any visualizations. You don't try to imagine yourself breathing. You don't try to see yourself as you breathe. You're just there with your breath, with awareness, but without giving any name. Is this what you're asking, Anat? So the idea is to do nothing but to be with your breath, and be with your breath. Don't try to see it in a matter that is different than what it is. Thanks, Bear. And that is this answering your question. Did I understand your question right? So again, when we meditate, we don't visualize, we don't use imagination, we don't verbalize. We don't tell ourselves, okay, short breath, short breath, short breath, deep breath, deep breath. Don't use words to describe your experience. Just be with the experience. Thanks, Matthew. You too, man. Visions during meditations for now. Again, not sure if I get it, Anat. We can also talk later if you want. However, when we meditate and let's say negativity arises with fear, that is related to fear of what is going to happen, worries, anxiety, this all our negativity pertains to the way we perceive things from our past experience, and the way we project what's going to happen. So if we sit there and negativity arises, then we should basically stay with our breath and understand that what we experiencing, the thoughts that come up, they're temporary. They are projecting what we think it's going to happen, but we don't know what's going to happen. The future is, we're not in the future, we're not in the past, we're in the moment. So any vision, any negativity that arises within us, we should understand it's impermanent. It's also a negativity that is there because of the seeds that we already have. And the more objective we are to these experiences, to the thoughts, to the discomfort, then we'll be able to change the pattern. I hope this answers your question or not. And again, if I don't understand the question, then apologies. And I'll be always happy to chat later as well. You can get on the call as well. Thanks, Adrienne. Thanks, Matthew. Thanks, Bea. Thanks, Gary. I'll be here tomorrow morning again, 9 o'clock in the morning. Share it with anyone that you think that can gain from it, and try and stay positive, objective, with awareness throughout the day. And again, if you have any questions that you want to ask me personally, not on the live chat, not in the group, please get in touch with me, either through Facebook or if you have my number with WhatsApp. So sending lots of love, and see you all tomorrow.